Hey, okay, guys. Shalom, shalom. This is part two. This is the part two of the Jason, the chief of Deceit. So we're going to get back into this, man. I just want to apologize to you. I just want to let you know I do have PTSD. Um, I am going to keep it in the video. You know, just to show the effects of what these people have done to me. Because I was not a person that cursed at all, if any. And so I slip up sometimes out of the frustration of what I've been through. So if I explain something and I do that, I mean no offense, and I repent for that. But I'm showing you the timeline and the effects of what these experiences or what these people have done to me. So we're going to get back and finish what we were doing. So um, just let you know, got this PTSD thing, man. I sleep sitting up in my chair and everything, you know. Um, and we're getting into we left off at invasion of privacy law and legal definition, and that. But now we're moving on to malicious destruction of property. Okay, so in malicious destruction of property, man. Okay, we're gonna get into it. So in Michigan, this is what it means. Okay, Michigan legislature, the Michigan Penal Code excerpt Act 328 of 1931. Okay, 750.377, a willful and malicious destruction of property or personality. Personality. Okay. Now I never knew what this. I don't even know. I didn't know what this word meant until I did the research, and I found out this is what it means. Okay, this is real cool. Okay, so I love law. Okay, so personality, law, in legal definition. So personality. Okay, so for all those people who can help out there, if you're going through something, Personalty. Personality. It's weird. I never heard that word before, so I had to look it up. Me being the kind of person I am, I gotta look stuff up. You know what I'm saying? So here we go. And the definition of it is personality is personal property which is not real property, money, or investments. Personality is movable assets or things. Okay, so we talking about movable assets and things and stuff like that. My books and things of that nature, my journals. Okay, I just make more. I got like 30 journals now. But it is what it is, man. So it is what it is. So and these what it works out for me. And people say, oh no, and it's all over the web now. They're trying to decode my journals and stuff and further violate my privacy, but you can't. I created that language, particularly when it comes to the abbreviations and things of that nature, because you won't. I it You're not going to find it anywhere. I made it up. So you're not going to figure it out, Jason. The chief of police and the people of Lafayette that were in great glee and happiness in the rejoicing of me leaving. But I'm coming back with a lawyer, so it is what it is. You know, I got you. So the thing is, man, getting back to this, section 377A 1, and this is getting into the malicious destruction of property. Okay, and that's what they did. It put me in a situation uh, to do this. And I'm gonna talk about the events that led me up to this point where I am, in the position that I am in now, to the point where I actually have to give up blood to actually have some money in my pocket. But unfortunately, I'm running into a situation where I don't have my identification and stuff, because I'm in Port Huron, Michigan right now. I'm at my brother's who invited me in. But it was a complete lie. He's sitting up there talking about me like a dog keeps talking about my penis. Talking about 10 inches and stuff like that. And crazy stuff. And his girl is too. I don't understand that, Casey. So I'm trying to find a different place to stay. And at this point in time, it puts me in a position where I don't have a tent. So I've got to call up these shelters and everything. So this is the kind of crazy stuff that's happening. So he invited me to his home. Originally, I was going to the shelter anyway. But the issue is, he lied to me and he said he wanted to sit down and understand the word. And I said, okay. Because originally I was happy on the streets. And I said, I'll find me a shelter, it gets cold or whatever. If it takes a little bit longer, I didn't think it was going to take this long. and I could use the address of the shelter to get my ID and stuff because they allow that. I looked at some shelters and stuff, and if the Lord always makes a way, means of escape. I have confidence in Him. I do. Even dealing with my PTSD and everything, the Lord blesses me with self control, the temperance. The first fruits of the Holy Spirit, things of that nature. But the thing is, man, so it's just crazy because they know about everything that's happening to me, and I'm aware of a lot of things. Like it was crazy, and I'm talking about this while I'm in Port Huron. I'm getting harassed constantly on the buses and everywhere I go. I get harassed, but I ignore it for the most part. As long as it's nothing crazy. You know what I'm saying? I'll just pretend like I don't. It is what it is. I pretend like I don't know what's going on, and I listen and I just make videos about it. It is what it is because you cannot stop at every dog that barks at you. Meaning that you stop and you getting into an argument with everybody. It doesn't make it's not everybody. Okay, let me not say that. I'm not putting everybody into a blanket statement, but I'm talking about those of the collective mind of the worship of Bacchus, and that's what it is penis worship. In the Bible it says anything that you put before the Messiah is your idol, is your God. These false accusations, saying that I'm a pedophile and all these things, everything that they're saying though, these people are sexual degenerates. They're obsessed with sex, and everything they're saying, they're obsessed with my penis, and that's the Bacchus, that's phallus worship or Pan. Also getting into pederasty, man, boy, love. Particularly the Canaanites worship the fertility gods. That was their gods. So and many other nations as well. So, but the thing is, man, it was just so crazy because I love people. You gotta forgive people. You gotta keep it moving. That's still my brother, Jerron. Jerron Rooks. That's my brother, man. But at the end of the day, he doing me dirty. He talk about me every day. And then anything I say, I have to be very careful what I say to him. Because at the end of the day, he's telling his homeboys at the job and stuff. They talk about me like, dog, I overheard a conversation on the phone. Man, I be hearing this stuff. It's crazy. But see, and I'm just saying, I check him a few times, man. I had to check Casey a few times. And it's an ongoing thing, and it's not okay. So now I'm going to be calling around to different shelters and stuff, just let you know what guys going on and the extent of this harassment and the Baphomet, his reach. They're not believers of Jesus Christ. They're believers in the Baphomet. They're Satanists. In the sense of according to 2 Samuel's, it talks about anything outside the will of the Lord. Okay, disobedience and stubbornness is considered witchcraft. Okay, now I've entertained witchcraft unknowingly before. In my disobedience and listening to different musics that were, if you backmask them, and it's pretty much, if you're playing backwards, you'll hear, things pertaining to Satan. So we all make mistakes, but we all make mistakes, but when you intentionally continue, you're doing something wrong. Okay, you're doing something wrong, but you just constantly, continue and make a choice to be that way. That's your God. These people are not even trying to change. They love what they do. Worshiping penis. That's what it is. I mean, that's my family, that's my brother, but at the end of the day, he's not my brother in the sense of faith. That's just what it is. So now I got to find a different place because they won't let me use their address to get my state ID. So it's been like 4 weeks now. Have not been able to get my state ID. Okay, because my brother and his obsession with my penis, and Casey, which is she's extremely racist Canaanite. She's Caucasian chick that's only with my brother for his penis. So that's just what it is. I mean, she used to call me and talk about how good the sex was. And she would say that, he's putting hands on me and stuff like that. I said, well, what do you want me to do about that? Even though my brother is doing what he's doing, I still have loyalty enough, and I tell her all the time, I said, that's my brother though. At the end of the day, I still love him. I'm not going to go to bat for you on that. It's the saying, bros before hoes. And according to what Jerron told me, you've been cheating on him for 5 years, and then you got pregnant, and you had an abortion, and you gave him chlamydia twice. So you trying to tell me, to stand up for you? That's my brother, man. At the end of the day, even if my brother is talking about me like a dog, I still have the love of God in me to forgive him and just leave in peace and dust off my feet. And it will be a curse upon their household, as the word so says, that any house that does not receive you, or city, it will be worse than the days of Sodom and Gomorrah. Okay? So now I got to call around different shelters and stuff because I got to get the ball rolling. It's about to get cold. So I wasn't not trying to be here this long. I was just trying to get my state ID. Then I was trying to get my birth certificate, my ethnicity changed because that's not my appropriate ethnicity. That's not, I'm an Aborigine, okay? According to my DNA test, it's not who I am. I know my heritage. I know my culture. I'm not black, okay? That's a byword, okay? That's a complete corruption of my culture and my people. We don't need other people to name us. We have a name. We have a linguistics. Race is not color. It's customs, practices, a linguistic or language all your own, linguistics, okay? A God all your own, you know? That's what it is. Customs, practices, a belief system around a God all your own. And that's really what it is. But these people not going to break me. I'm going to just keep going, you know? So it is what it is, man. And it was crazy because, before I get on to the laws and everything, and it's just it's happened all suddenly, I mean, since I've been here, they already knew about what's going on. They know about the videos. They have not brought anything to my attention. The Lord brought it to my attention. I forgive him, but at the end of the day, I can't be around people like that. I'm trying to move forward. I'd rather be on the streets, and that's sad. They look bad. I don't. So these kids were beating on the window, and it was crazy because they were running around beating on the windows. They're just being kids. They were running around hitting windows, and it was crazy because before they hit our window, not my window. I'm gonna just guess here. This is not my home. It's more like a dungeon or a prison. But the thing is, I was, and so I was, studying. I was doing my thing. I had my eyes closed, and I was just, and I was in the moment. I was praying for a moment, and I slipped away in my thoughts. So then I heard someone come up to the window, and it was a kid. And they said, now he knows how everybody is. And, that's what the kid said. Now he knows how everybody is. And they beat on the window, and they ran. And they said, oh, you can hear him in the background. This is so crazy. And so I said, should I go tell them? They'll probably be gone and just kids playing around. I said, I better go tell them because they might do it some other time. I thought they threw something at the window, but they hit the window real hard, man. So, and then I told them they called the police. They called the police, and we're walking out there, man. We're walking out there, and we're trying to find them. And Jerron was out there. I'm right behind Jerron, and I'm like, well, what are we gonna do following these kids, And the whole point was, if you're wondering what we're gonna do following these kids, there's a whole bunch of kids. So Jerron trying to catch them and record them. So Casey called the cops, and he was trying to track them down to find out what house they live in, so he can call the cops on them and tell them that they were obstructing property, the property of their home. So Casey was on the phone. She called the cops. And this is so crazy, right? So here's an issue. You have someone trying to potentially almost broke your window. But then he's talking to the cops, and she switches the conversation up to about me. I'm walking right in front of her. I'm hearing this stuff, man. It's crazy, though. Casey, and she's racist, man. She was, saying things like, black man with a small penis. First off, I'm not black. I'm Hebrew. But she clearly is very uneducated. And certain areas, when it comes to culture, she has no idea. She's very culturally illiterate and ignorant. And I let her know about these things, and she continues to babble about this reference to my penis and everything. So, and I said, well, now you're just stupid. It's just stupidity. But she's a Mzungu, and a lot of them are like that. They think they can, particularly, tell you who you are. No, I tell you who I am. I know my history. Okay, so if you can't accept that, you can kick rocks, Casey. Okay, so everybody's gonna know about you. I mean, you've been dogging me out since the time I've been here. I didn't do anything to you. I forgive you, but at the end of the day, when I leave your house whole and go live in a shelter, everybody's gonna know why. Drown you too. So it is what it is, man. And her son was just as much a part of it, lying, speaking evil about me, and I got on him too. I mean, I got on him so bad, I'm just saying, I mean, and I didn't mean to do this, but he was in the room crying, man. I heard him crying in there because, I told Casey about him, disrespecting me and stuff. So you better check that because I'm going to check it. Told her how I felt about him. He wasn't too happy about that, but it is what it is. You can't be disrespecting me, though. I'm going to put your business out there. I don't care, man. I tell it all, man, because I ain't got nothing to hide. That's what I'm saying. It is what it is. He's scared to go outside because he's afraid to get his butt whooped by some kids in the neighborhood. Because he's soft. Because the mother raised him like that. You know? It is what it is. You know, and other things I could say. But I'm not going to say that right now. You know, I mean, he let people call him nigger and stuff. White kids call him nigger, don't do anything about it. I mean, you know, it is what it is, man. I'm like, bro, you can't, that's your parents, you know, you raised you like that, taught you nothing about your culture. Isn't that, well, and I would say, well, she took, you know, and I got nothing against people that are biracial, but oftentimes that's what you get, you know. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, it is what it is, the confusion, man. And like I said, my nephews are biracial, man. I got nothing against them, and unfortunately, it's kind of hard to have a relationship with them now because their parents have entertained this gossip and these lies. So it's really hard for me to even like. I mean, I love them, so it makes it. Love covers all offenses. But when they view you like this, because the parents are encouraging these lies about me being a pedophile and all of these kinds of things, but now it's brought to their attention, and they know that and know it's lies, man. But they just continue. They don't come to me, but like, hey, man, well, we messed up. They just continue in the lies. So I have no relationship at this point with my nephews. I mean, when they come over, I still acknowledge them. Like, hey, what's up? On the streets, I still acknowledge them. But as far as having a relationship beyond um, these accusations, I can't because it's set in their minds now. I mean, I hadn't seen them for 4 years. When Drum was locked up, I was raising those boys for 4 years, man. And this is how they do me, man. I was taking care of his kids, man. I was whooping their behinds, man. But this is how they do me, though. This is how my family do me, man. But see, because of the love of God in me, I'm going to just keep moving and just make a video about it. Okay? Most of my family in Michigan, no disrespect, my family over here in America, they phallus worshippers. My sister Janae knew about it. She knew about it. Jerron told her about it. Jamar knows about it. They were betting against me, man. Let me see. My dad knows about it. He wished rape on me, dude. That's my own father. I'm just telling you guys this because the word so says that even your own family would turn against you in the last days. Okay? Aaron knew about it. Janae Rooks knew about it. Jerron Rooks knew about it. Aaron Johnson knew about it. Antonia Johnson knew about it. Kenneth Johnson knew about it. Keandre Davis knew about it. They all knew about it, man. They just never cared. They never loved me enough to stand up for me. That's just what it is. But I'm telling you this. I'm telling you my story because it's gonna be many others. Now, it may not be in the sense of betrayal of them of a sexual nature, and that's what it is. It's like they're betraying me for rumors and lies because they never wanted to see me come up. My parents, they never wanted to see me come up. So this is my family. This is who they are. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm detached from them because at the end of the day, my family are the believers of Jesus Christ. If you're doing my Father's work, your family, whether you're Canaanite or not. And I got, look, nothing against the Canaanites as a whole. I'm particularly talking about the ones that have caused me so much problems. And mainly, my main problems in life have come from the black community in my own family. Okay, Canaanites, my Caucasian brothers and sisters have helped me out the most in my life. Okay, so let's get that straight. I'm no racist. I'm pro-truth. So if I start talking about people's genealogies, nope, it's not even to how do I say this? To do it in spite or racism. So I'm not a racist. I can't be a racist to be a minister. I mean, Casey says racial things about me all the time. I've not stated her race in a derogatory manner, okay, in a hateful manner. Now, I just told the truth, about her history and things of that nature, put her in a place. But other than that, yeah, she be saying slick stuff. I be saying slick stuff too. But not everybody gonna know. So when people ask me on the streets, why are you not living with your brother? It's because of this. Okay, so we're gonna continue on with this. I'm just letting you guys know this is the kind of stuff I'm going through. But and this is getting into malicious destruction of property. Section 377A. And this is talking about Michigan's law. Okay, we're going to get into Tennessee's law because that's where I was at. Okay, so even in Michigan, it applies too. Because I was put in a position where my van was lost because of these accusations. And that is also a form of malicious destruction too, of property too. You know what I'm saying? I kept losing jobs and things. So I'm connecting the dots here because I still have to make videos about me just being in Michigan and being harassed. It started in Michigan. Okay, love Michiganders, I do, but a lot of them are just they miserable, man. They wrong, man. I'm a Michigander, so I can tell you all about Michiganders, man. But Section 3778, 1. A person who willfully and maliciously destroys or injures the personal property of another person is guilty of a crime as follows. A. If any of the following apply, the person is guilty of a felony, punishable by imprisonment for not more than 10 years, or a fine of not more than $15,000, or 3 times the amount of the destruction or injury, whichever is greater, or both imprisonment and fine. So, okay, so see that? The laws, man. Source. Moving on to the next source. eblaw.usa, okay? And it's talking about vandalism in Tennessee. Knoxville, and this is the source, okay? Y'all, if this can help you guys out, I know what you're going through. It's not just about me. It's about helping and assisting other people, too. I'm telling you my story. Something to study, something to learn from. So people don't make the same mistakes, or I'm just letting you know. You don't allow people to just bully you. I'm not going to have it, man. Okay, I'm not going to take it. Understand? So we going to get to this. Knoxville vandalism attorney. Okay, this is talking about a code of the vandalizing of my property. The chief of police in Macon County, and not all of Macon County police, because not all of them are bad. I'm not putting everybody on the blade.